The following presentation is a production of Ride the Wave Media.
Hello, and welcome to the inner workings of the not-so-genius mind. I'm your host, Amanda McCombs, and we're just gonna hang out for a little bit. We're gonna dive deep into the ordinary mind, the not-so-genius one. That's me. Thank you for listening. I'm just gonna say hi and thank you already. This has been a really cool adventure to go on. Since the last episode, I actually quit my job. And the first thing that anybody says when I tell them that I've left my job, because I was a teacher, I guess I still am. I'm just not teaching right now because I have a master's degree in curriculum and instruction. So, I worked hard for that. And I don't think I'm done teaching. But anyway, I was at a work conference. It was a charter school conference. And I had signed up for it before I decided that I wasn't going to go back and teach, just because I really needed time to heal. And somebody approached me, and usually the first thing somebody says when I say that I'm not going back to teaching next school year, which is in a month, they'll ask if I'm okay. And no, I'm not okay. Honestly, I've been through a lot and I taught through it all. And I think we've kind of talked a little bit about some of the things that have happened, but my last episode where I was talking about the stalker, that's uncovered memories from years and years and years ago. That doesn't even include what I just went through this last school year, and the school year before that, where I had the shingles go through my face. Still can't feel it. Just had an MRI. I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, back to this work conference. I have this lady approach me, and she is so sweet. She's so nice. She comes over and she's like, I hear you're leaving the profession. And I was like, well, no, I don't know if I'm done. I really need time to focus on other things and I really need to heal. And she was like, oh, you're on a sabbatical. And I was like, what? A sabbatical is for fancy people and I'm not a fancy people. It's for professors and stuff. And then I thought about it and I was like, yeah, actually I am on a sabbatical. And I even looked it up here on Wikipedia. It's a rest or break from work, an extended period of time intentionally spent on something that's not your routine job. I'm also fostering kittens. So if you hear noises in the background, I have kitties running around all over the place. Sidebar, they're available for adoption at Caws, CAWS.com, I believe. You can see all their pictures. There's so many kitties available right now. It's ridiculous. But yes, they're running around. They were quiet and now they're wide awake. Anyway, so it's a rest or break from work. Not doing your routine job. And here we am. But it goes back to Hebrew agriculture, in Israel, where you had, according to Leviticus 25, we're getting all specific here, Jews in the land of Israel must take a year-long break from working in the fields every 7 years. So you had to take a break. And then later, 1880s, a lot of universities started offering their scientists and physicians and professors and things like that, they would get a paid sabbatical so that they could rest and recover and work on other things and do research, hopefully. But I'm not taking a paid sabbatical, but I am taking a sabbatical because I'm working on resting and healing. And taking care of myself is really what I needed to do because I wasn't doing that. And sadly, I am a first grade teacher or I was a first grade teacher. And I didn't realize that I wasn't meeting my own needs until I was like sitting down and doing this program with these kids. And we're talking about like your hierarchy of needs. And, down here, I'm teaching this to the first graders. Down here at the bottom, you have to make sure all your physical needs are being met. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you drinking enough water? Are you eating enough food? And if that isn't solid, then everything else is not going to be as good as it could be. And I wasn't doing any of those things. I wasn't eating. I was drinking water, kind of. And I really wasn't sleeping. I needed medicine, and I needed to go to the doctor to figure out what medicine I needed. And I didn't have time to do any of that. So really, no, I'm not okay. But I'm working hard on taking care of myself. And, after I had that become my pageant platform for Mrs. Daybreak, I kept hearing it everywhere. I heard it in TV shows, and I heard it when people were talking to each other, just like as they would say goodbye, they would say, take care of yourself out there. And my ears would perk up. I'd be like, ooh, who's saying that? And why are they saying that? But really, what am I doing to take care of myself? I left my job so that I could really have the freedom to make all these appointments that I've needed to make. So I've started therapy again. I'm doing some ketamine therapy, which is life-changing. I have several appointments a week to go to the chiropractor. And I accidentally joined CrossFit. That's a story for another day, but that happened. And I actually kind of like it. And I'm really just like slowing down and really looking at what is necessary for me in my life. And what do I not need? Get rid of the stuff I don't need. Part of being on sabbatical for me is going to be finding what I enjoy, because I kind of lost that. I wasn't able to read books. And just one of the things I'm doing right now is I'm doing audiobooks, and I'm reading physical books, because believe it or not, with my shingles, I could not focus on text of any kind. And if I had headphones on, it was so I could block out sound, because sound was painful. So I'm just so happy that I'm able to do those things, because I love reading. I really do. You'll usually find me walking around with my nose in a book, or I'll have my headphones on or something, because I love stories. I really do. So yeah, I'm going to the chiropractor a lot, like 2 or 3 times a week. And I'm just really feeling good about figuring my life out, because I was working so hard to make a living that I forgot to live. And it's just sad. It's hard for me because, I wanted to have this perfect life, and I wanted to be good at all of the things. And on social media, people put their best foot forward, and I want to put all the feet forward. Why not? Our lives are a mess, right? But I'm thankful that I have it, because for a while there, I didn't have anything. I felt like my whole world was taken away from me. Not being able to see or hear for a while was really, really difficult. But I have a lot of emotional things that I am trying to figure out, and I have to take care of myself. And you guys all have to take care of yourselves too. It doesn't have to be expensive. And it doesn't have to be big and extravagant. Like, people think take care of yourself sometimes, and they're like, oh yeah, I'll go get a spa day. And that isn't necessarily, I'm talking about self-care. That's not necessarily what self-care has to be. What do you really need? You don't need a spa day. Maybe you need a body double to come help clean your house. Maybe you need to make that doctor's appointment to get on the medicine that you know is going to help you. Maybe you need to quit your job like I did. I'm not telling you to quit. Please don't. It was one of the hardest things that I had to do, really. I cried a lot afterwards because I love teaching so much. But really, I wasn't at my best self. And with how hard teaching is hard, you guys. And I know people are kind of ho-hum about it. But you have to make a lot of decisions all day long, and there's a lot of pressure. And if you're not at your best self and you're trying to do a job that's intense, like teaching can be sometimes, it's going to be really difficult. It's going to be a lot harder than it needs to be. And I think we need to give ourselves some slack because it takes some time to go back to normal. And our lives were not normal for quite some time. Anyway, so I'm reading really good books. These are the things I'm doing to take care of myself. I'm reading good books and I'm snuggling kitties. Who's that one? Hold on. Hi. Come here, Noah. Whoopsies. Camera shy. I'm taking care of animals because that makes me really happy. Like, just find the things that make you happy and do that. You don't have to go get a big, huge massage and spend a bunch of money. Like, self-care does not mean money. It can be therapy, which I needed really, really bad. And as a teacher, it's hard to have to make all those appointments and stuff. And on top of that, the light and sound sensitivity was awful. And I really needed some time to figure all that out. So I'm really thankful that I'm able to do that. Because like I'm acknowledging how lucky I am because I'm able to do that. And I'm able to do a podcast. How cool. And guess what, my friends and others, whoever you are, if you're not a friend, welcome, I guess. Don't be an enemy. I have a new podcast in the works that I think you're going to love. Sensitive. It's going to be sensitive topic, but I'm in the middle of figuring out how to talk to a group of women that are incredible survivors. And I think their stories need to be told. So stay tuned. There will be more information about that next time. Please like, subscribe, follow. I never thought those words would ever come out of my mouth. That was so weird. You can find me at Not So Genius on Instagram and some other social media platforms. I'm also on TikTok and Facebook. But in the meantime, I don't know. Stay tuned. This is kind of fun. We'll see where this goes. Bye.